hold that team forever.
All right, so question: If you guys had to pick one for some odd reason, you have to be in a natural disaster. What natural disaster was that gonna be, and why?
Oh man!
All right, so define be in it. Like, do I gotta be involved in?
Oh, you gonna get fucked up. Like,
all right, so I gotta get fucked up in it.
Like, well, you gonna survive.
I'm gonna make it out.
I'm gonna survive, but I can make it out.
Okay. Shit. Part of me says tornado if I'm gonna make it out, but my heart says flood. My legs don't because I can't swim, but my heart says flood.
I'd say a tornado if I'm gonna survive, because that water, I'm gonna panic with the water. At least I can like try to run and get some kind of shelter. Tornadoes. At least I can try to run. I mean, I might not make it very far, but you know what I'm saying? If I'm in that water and they put me on, I'm gonna drown. You know
I
what I'm
panic
saying?
at tornado warnings. You see me in a tornado warning, I get that notification on my phone. I literally start calling family, but where y'all at right now? What y'all doing? I'm in the middle of the house right now. I just want to make sure y'all got the notification too and y'all safe. I be making sure I end things on a good note with folks. Hey, yo, man.
If it's a guarantee, I'm gonna survive. Like, all right, so when I was little, you know what I'm saying, one of my favorite shows was Power Rangers, and like one of them niggas ended up falling in like the crevice of the earth because of the earthquake.
Oh hell!
So like I would want to be the nigga to survive that type of shit.
Whoa, nah,
no.
That's almost like
The Magna Defender doesn't exist in this world, Nick.
But you said we surviving. That's the scenario you set up.
You know what that sounded like to me when Iron Man went to the wormhole, and he came back and he was just like mentally scarred, bro. Like everything was triggered.
That man. That's
like,
well, that's gonna happen with any of these.
Because if you see somebody get sucked up in a tornado,
like, well, yeah, really about the same.
That's my partner, dog.
Bro, but if you fall in a hole, bro, like you ain't like how you getting back up out of that, man? Because like a tornado, you gonna at least hit the ground, you know, so gravity gonna work.
No, you just said
gravity gonna work.
I would survive it. That just means it shook the earth and I lived.
Anyway, man. But anyway, excuse us in our rude shenanigans, man. I'm Zay Dubos.
It's your boy Telly.
It's your boy CV.
What's going on? It's Dave.
And if you hadn't figured out by now, this is, and I mean is, Can We Laugh Now?
It is.
But back to the shenanigans. I probably wouldn't do a hurricane because, like, you can't drink all that water. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't drink all of it.
I don't drink.
It would have to be.
All right, question. What made you think about drinking the water?
Nah, cause you have like you know like man,
there's gonna be a lot of people drinking the water.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Cause you gonna be drowned. Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
Cause you can't. It's nothing you can do about it. Like if y'all ever seen just like YouTube, this is gonna sound weird, but whatever.
No, that sounds weird already.
So like, okay, and like you just watch how certain people be on boats and it be like nighttime, but they be in that shit in the middle of the storm in the ocean, autumn waves.
Oh yeah,
you got your damn. I'm not finna fuck with water. That's dead. That's absolutely dead.
Oh, I said earthquake.
Nah, yeah, man.
Hell, I'm not finna fall in the earth. You're not gonna survive that.
Like here.
You gonna what?
No, you said survive the event.
You did say survive.
Survive the event. So if I live, I just live through it.
Look, if I'm trying to survive, I'm trying to survive.
Have y'all ever seen Twister, or was it the movie Twister?
Twister, yeah.
When they were throwing cows and houses.
Twister didn't look as bad as 2012 because that's how that shit started in 2012. Remember the earthquake?
Yeah.
Which one of them looked like? No, definitely a tornado. Definitely a tornado.
I'll take the earthquake.
Because my thing is, you may survive, but how messed up you gonna be, bro? That's unpredictable.
Okay, this is the thing.
You falling into the earth, bro.
You think about me just like falling in the absolute ass crack of the Earl of the world. I said the Earl. The earth world. The world. Okay, so at some point that crack gotta be acute. You feel me? I'll just fall on the part that don't open up that much to survive.
Nah, nigga, you can't dictate where you fall.
Can't control.
But you said I'm surviving. That was
but you can't dictate how far you fall.
Okay, well either way I'm surviving, so it don't matter where I fall. That do it if I'm climbing out.
Okay. If you didn't know you were gonna survive, which one would it be?
To give me the tornado. That's easy.
That is okay. Bet.
I love Wizard of Oz. Can't be too bad.
Like that. Oh god.
Because I've always pictured like if a tornado were to happen, like just touch down in the middle of downtown, I'm gonna see that jump from far off, and I'm gonna get in my car and go the opposite way.
But that's in a perfect world, though.
In a perfect world.
That's in a perfect world.
You know the shit come right the day you have time to take a nap. Like,
the one day,
right,
on your day off.
Exactly.
Just tornado fucking sounds. You wake up, shit just flying everywhere. Your windows bust open. What the fuck is this shit?
So man, speaking on like natural disasters, man, like we just want to pray for Texas, man. I want to say shout out to Texas and all the people that
absolutely,
going through what they going through, man. Because that in itself, the weather is a natural disaster. Like
it's looking real crazy. I know, like I was reading somewhere. I got a friend out. I got my grandparents out in Texas, and then I got a friend out in Texas. My grandparents don't have running water right now, and then the hospital didn't have any running water.
I see they evacuated a lot of people, a lot of patients because the hospitals ran out of water, and then like I saw a couple pictures on like Instagram, maybe Twitter, but it's just like the shelves and like the grocery stores were all like empty. And I got a couple friends that live in Texas, and they was like, man, yeah, it's crazy. But they, they got their power back. They said things are like starting to get better. But they all, some of them also said like, the media making it look a little bit worse than what it is. Just a little bit.
To be fair, it is extreme. It's Texas.
Yeah. But yeah,
snow and blackouts.
And so now I think it's a thing where they're trying to figure out like whose fault it was because like how unprepared I guess they were.
Well, I mean, when it comes down to that stuff, like it's kind of like preparing for a flood in a desert. You know what I mean? Like if there hasn't been a great amount of water in a while, you probably wouldn't know to prep for that. Matter of fact, I was talking to Zay, I believe it was Zay, earlier in the week about when I first went out to Texas, my first time out there.
Yeah,
it rained crazy, and it was the way it flooded. I'd never seen anything like that in my life, so I can only imagine what a snowstorm.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying would do to Texas.
Yeah.
You know what that reminds me of? Literally that snowstorm that hit Atlanta in like 2014.
Yeah. And didn't the bridge collapse or something like that?
Bridge just collapsed.
Oh,
man. I literally I went to Southern Polytech, which is now part of KSU in 2014. I was literally in like Marietta when that shit happened. It was literally the wildest fucking shit. One of my roommates, he worked at Best Buy, and he literally lived like I want to say 10 minutes away from the dorms where we were living. He's like it literally took him 6 hours to get home from a 10-minute drive, and that's because he literally had to stop, roll down hills because niggas were like standstill traffic. Nigga literally abandoned his car and then walked back to the dorm. Literally, that's how fucking bad it was. You could literally we walked like out to get like food and stuff afterwards. You could literally see like cars like crashed into other cars on the side of the road sideways. Like the shit was ridiculous.
Man, that's my heart goes out to them, man. Because like I said, like you said, man. People are losing their homes. People losing their lives. Yeah. That's never a good situation. What I want to know is why is it that... So I recently learned this, actually. Texas is essentially, trying to become like their own little, independentness from the rest of the country. And I was like, damn, it would be useful to have allies like...
there's a lot of things going on. Like
what would make them and the people in their higher ups and that run that the state and stuff want the type of shit they talked about wanting, but then be as unprepared as you could ever be.
Late stage capitalism. That's all that is. It's like
that's wild.
Like literally, like Texas runs like it's on its own power grid.
They gonna have some state taxes. They gonna have state taxes next year. I bet you that.
Right.
Bet your ass on that.
Someone's got to rebuild this.
Exactly. Somebody gonna pay for this here.
Ain't me.
It's just like it just shows you like with all that's going on how unprepared this country really is. Like
for a lot of things.
To be honest, like because it's like the pandemic, man. People just like they don't listen, and it's like you see other countries like slowly starting to get better and things like that, and then like you see like news tickers like how did this country, progress or like get better, or how do they pull themselves out of that? What can we learn from them, right? It's like, I mean, I'm not like trying to say like, oh my God, it's America or everything, but like it should be the other way around. You know what I'm saying? Like we should kind of like set the example for what it should, what a country should be, how a country should be run.
I think a lot of times we end up as Americans thinking like, hey, we are the lead. Like, yes, we are the leading power in the world, but as far as a lot of other things, we still catching up. As far as like being humane to one another. And like when you talk about whether it's a natural disaster, like a hurricane or a snowstorm, or you talking about like a pandemic. I don't know how natural that is. But it on one hand it's preparation. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, it's how you respond.
Right.
You know, and if those two things don't match up, the devastation that probably could have been avoided won't be. You're gonna walk right into it. It's gonna smack you right in the face like it did.
And they talked about that on CNN News. Said that a lot of the deaths, like pretty much like I don't know the percentage, but they was just saying a lot of the deaths could have been avoided. You know what I'm saying, if we would have planned and you know, like actually took it seriously early on, because like now we're just trying to play catch up, and now we're trying to implement like different safety protocols and things like that. And it's just amazing that like, oh, now you want to, you know what I'm saying, start to flatten the curve, and you know, like, but it's still wild because, you know, living in a college town, living in Athens, Georgia, like you go downtown and you just see like the streets are flooded with just college students. And I mean like at least 1,000 people like every night, like no smaller than 1,000 people, like no less. Like
some people really don't care.
It's just with no mask on and whatever.
So
like
I was about to say that's probably the kicker too. If people ain't wearing their masks, that's just wild.
No, they don't care. It's amazing. And those are the people going back into our communities, you know what I'm saying, going around our grandparents, you know, our loved ones and everything like that. And those are the people that we, you know what I'm saying, make it worse and keep the virus, you know, growing strong. And it's like,
I swear,
crazy, man.
Kids. And you want to know what's crazy? Speaking of students, I want to ask y'all something. I don't know if y'all ever just pay attention, like when you drive around the city. These kids live like compared, like not to suggest that any of us live in bad environments, because we don't. But these kids live in like the most luxurious looking shit. I'd be like, oh my God. And they don't even build. I'm convinced they don't build this stuff for regular citizens here in the city. They build this stuff for them students because they got the money, the resources. Golly, it's like
they've been doing that for years, for centuries. Like that's just about all of Athens, Georgia's history is literally catering to students, catering to the college, and making sure that those schools' accommodations are met. In
a vacuum, I get that, because you have to. You know, that's what's attracting people to the city, the main attraction to the city.
Yeah. On the other end,
but damn, there's a whole community of people who are struggling.
Well, community can't pay for it.
You know what I will say?
That affordable housing, like.
You know what I will say on that? I don't think it's just like Athens thing. It's not saying that you made it about just Athens, but I know when I was in the Marines, like I worked at a schoolhouse, you know. And like the students, like they were just catered to. So I think it's just a thing that just like in America, like the students are just the driving force, because like these are the guys that are gonna come up and make different decisions, make important decisions, you know, fill in bigger roles than like I guess people like us trying to you know just make ends meet.
It's about pumping up, you know, kissing up to where the money's coming from. You know that's all it is. With students comes the money. You know, they're the ones funding the university, the football games, and you know all that other stuff. So like when you start to look at like if you notice, if you go downtown, you've got 100,000 bars, and they're all catered to the student population. And then right outside, in almost any direction that you go, is a poverty-stricken neighborhood.
Yeah. Because downtown is like close to some of the most fucked up stuff you've ever seen in your life. But it's like, so I get, you know what I'm saying? And this is not to take shots at anyone, at the students, because, you know, do what you need to do, or the students that work. But like, man, I think that as a community, man, we need to think a little harder about like our hardworking people here.
Right. I mean, I don't think that's a thing that comes on the community. That's like saying, yo, man, y'all getting bent over. Y'all need to stand up. There are people bending us over, and we need to address who's really fucking over the community as a whole. I think as much as like people want to argue, you know,
that's a broad analogy for this.
It's a very broad analogy.
I ain't mad at it though. I ain't mad at it.
I was about to dig into it.
Well, I think somebody got dug into.
Like
you doing the bending?
Right. You bent over, someone's doing the bending. Who's the strong? Who sucks? But
then you did it again. That's Jesus.
Oh my goodness, bro. I'm done.
There's like a whole community, and like people will always argue, you know, it's the left side, it's the right side, it's the Democrats, it's the Republicans. But what I feel it really is there is a community that's pretty much begging for help, and there are two groups of people in charge of helping the community that are arguing over what the people would want. It's so weird to see things like these stimulus talks. Like we've got like, truth be told, we've got like a Congress, like a House and Senate that is majority Democrat or enough controlling Democrats that most votes they can resolve in the end through Democrat unity. There's a president, Democrat. So any laws that come in, if he already says he wants it, it's going to be signed into law. That's enough to literally make changes. But it's weird because there's this sense of like, we've got, there's still this idea that like, oh yeah, we've got this controlling majority. And then there's always this talk of like catering to the group as a whole. And in my opinion, I feel like that sounds like absolute horseshit. I feel like there's a lot going on of like, there's pandemics, there are natural disasters, there's a lot of climate-based phenomenon that's happening that we've never seen before. And niggas are arguing about the semantics of how to get it done. In the end, when someone's got to stand up and go, yo, let's figure some shit out. Let's cut some checks. Like, I think it's wild that niggas will argue price points in an economy that is all made up. Like, I feel like there's so much wild shit of us arguing deficits and budgets when we $1 trillion in debt and we've got things that we've got like money that we could move everywhere, and it's just always an argument of like, well, how would we do it if we could do it? Like, people always argue the semantics of why would we do it, not how the fuck are we going to like adjust things. Like, we've been pushing in the same direction.
Cause to hell with the people we owe money to.
Well, the thing is, like, to your point, the money's there. The money's always been there. It's about what we do with the money. It's about, especially when it comes down to our communities, right? So you have the people, and then you have the people in power, right? We have the power to put the people that we want in power. So I think on in that regard, we have a responsibility that we owe our city and our communities to put the people that we think need to be there in there. Otherwise, the people who don't have your interest in the city are gonna move how they've been moving, and that's gentrifying. Which I want to be clear, gentrification isn't inherently bad. Historically, what it's meant for Black and brown communities, unfortunately, is that the people get pushed out and the culture gets pushed out of where they have historically been. So like if you look at downtown with the Hot Corner, the Morton Theater, Black business has gotten pushed out of downtown. Now, if you had the university come in or these other businesses come in and wanted to hire Black people and preserve the culture there, there's nothing wrong with that. If the Starbucks wants to come in and preserve the culture there and give the people who have historically been there in that community jobs, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you start to penetrate a community and their culture, and you start to weed those people out of the places that they've always been, you crush those people. You crush that culture, and you don't give those people the spending power to make a difference, to create generational wealth and things of that nature.
And see, that's why. And we was just riding by it the other day. That's why, like, the homeless rate, like the rate for the amount of homeless people just in a small city is really high. Like we rolled by like one of the places where there's tents set up, and I'm like,
yeah, man, it's
a lot of people. And here's the worst thing: people tell you they tell you stupid shit like, look, man, you go do this, that, and the third, so you don't end up homeless. When in reality, you could go do all of those same stuff and still live, just like they live if you in the wrong situation. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, getting education. I don't want to say that education doesn't matter. I don't want to create that precedent. But what I am saying is that we have to learn how to broaden our horizon, I guess, or open the eyes of our understanding of what's really happening. Like, look, you can go to warehouses. There are people with PhDs that work in warehouses, and you are so taught and coached in school. Like, look, that won't be you if you go do this. But like, no, it's a like Chris Rock said, you can go be anything that you're good at, and even then, you still need to know somebody and you need help. Like, I hate to say, you wouldn't tell your child you can't be something or you can't do something, and I'm not saying that works as that individual precedent doesn't. I'm not saying you should apply that. Never teach your children or anyone you love that there's something that they can't do because you want people to strive to do the best. But as a collective, we have to look at a system for what it is and stop creating different loopholes through the shit. Look at a system for what it is and then teach people how to tear down certain stuff. And if they're not gonna work to tear down those things, your only other realistic chain of operations is to figure out how to exist within that.
Yeah.
But we're like, it is, man.
I think it's just like also what you define as like being successful, or the lifestyle that you want to live to, or what you would do to be successful. Because a lot of people, like you said, think that's the only way. Like college, like going to school, like there's other ways to make it out of a bad situation, or to make your situation better.
Well, yes, but what I'm more so talking about the narrative that is spun to that was spun to our parents, the parents before our parents to us, and that we're hopefully trying, and we that have still you can see just being put into the kids today. What I'm saying is like this narrative that like, okay, if you do those things, like, dang, that looks like a hard job, or that looks like this, that looks like that. And there's this precedent, like you teach people this stuff like, okay, look, if you go do this, that won't be you. And that's not true. You could go there. I know a dude, kid you not, man. He has his own garbage company, right? His own garbage company. His best friend was supposed to be something with tologist attached to it. Now that could have been any fucking thing, because clearly I'm not keeping up with that. But I'm saying, but my point is like he does that, and I used to work with him. I used to we was there hand working them 10 out of the warehouse now loading trucks. I used to work with dude. So I'm saying like you could have all the education in the world, but there's fuck it. There's finesse out here. You have to learn how to maneuver. Your intelligence alone won't get you there. There's all types of smart kids from small places that can't afford to go to Harvard. And he's just as smart as anybody that's ever been to Harvard, but he can't go because of the optics. We have to stop ignoring the optics. Pay attention. We have to pay attention to that type of shit, as opposed to just saying, "Look, I did it this way. You can too if you work hard." No, goddamn it, because it's harder for some than others.
Yeah,
I could just it's summing up to you naturally, man. Look, whether you could take an average black man, an average white man, and still, bro, look, black man gotta jump to some shit. He gotta drive to some shit that a white man can walk to. It's like when you white, the sky's the limit. If you black, the limit's the sky. So we can't just look at each other as a community and be like, look, okay, this is what's happening here. Well, they just need this, that, and the third. It's like, nah, you wouldn't need equality. Yeah, but that's why it's equity. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, okay, so I think this kind of simplify what you're saying is like, okay, if you take a black student and a white student, right, from different backgrounds. Let's just say the white person is from an affluent background, right, and they go into college, right. Now, if the goal is to obtain a 4-year degree, can both of them do it?
Absolutely.
Yes. Now, what the path to that degree looks like, it's probably going to be a lot different. Bottom line, the game is rigged. You just got to figure out how to beat it. What's your course at the end of the day?
Yeah, honestly, it's a lot of complex movements. Sometimes for many different people, it's much more easier to go to a certain path. And for many others, it's hard to go a certain path. And that doesn't mean that path is right or wrong. Like, as you said, Xavier, it's not about saying that you can't do it. It's simply acknowledging for a lot of different people that if you want to go down a certain path, you've got to understand the optics of that pathway are not the same as what you've seen other people do. You've seen other people in certain lifestyles go through a straight path to get to wherever they want to go, and you have to understand that for certain types of people, it's roundabouts. It's a lot of twists and turns. It's stopways. It's holding and waiting and maneuvering to make sure that you can get in that direction.
That's facts. I'm gonna dive into this because I was talking to him about this the other day. Uh-huh. I read something online. And it's a girl on Twitter who says that people don't sympathize with the black woman, right? And the guy responds to her and says, "Yeah, black men can relate, and she was like, how if you're a part of the oppression. So let's look at this from two ways. First of all, suggesting that they don't sympathize with black women, I think isn't true. I don't.
So you said, that black men don't sympathize with black women?
I don't know if she meant black men, but she was just saying society as a whole. Okay. She was like, they don't sympathize with black women. I don't believe that. I think there's a stick. Like if you talk about women that are single mothers, there's a natural sympathetic that she has she's single
natural
mother.
Sympathy, yeah. Because
I don't give a fuck who you are, what your you'd have to have the worst of worst circumstances. But if life falls hard on you as a black man and you can't do what you need to do, no one gives a shit about why you didn't do it. They don't give a fuck about how hard you try. They care about what you do. So that's why I always tell people, the world I live in as a man, don't try, do. I don't want to try to achieve something. I'm going to do that. They don't give a damn about how hard I try, no matter what it does to you as a man when you in a situation and you can't take care of your kids or your girl, or you just on hard times. You might be in between jobs. Life's tough for you because life happens to everybody. But if you're a black man, you a bum ass nigga, you bummy, you everything except trying.
I think there's a really big stigma of the fact that a lot of people confuse the idea of wanting sympathy from others and the idea of wanting others to have empathy for them.
Either way it goes.
There's a point where a lot of people in a general collective and to individuals don't really give a fuck about your trauma, your pain, your struggle, your journey to get to wherever or whatever you want to do. But there's also a point of there's people who don't want pity, who don't want someone to look down on them and say, I see you're doing bad. But there's also people who want someone to look at them and go, hey, I need you to acknowledge that this path is hard for me.
Yeah, so either way it goes, all of that misses it. All of that misses the black man. Even if you watch a movie and your average black father are all the same James Evans hard type of nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's not every black man.
Yeah.
But what made him that was being where they was from, wife, 3 kids, living in a terrible neighborhood, gang violence. Now, clearly that shit took place in the 70s. But I'm saying if you relay that shit now, you could put all of those same things and it was still hard on them. It was still, they're not looking at what's causing this as a black, I'm telling you, speaking in the perspective of a black man, I do think that black women are the most unappreciated for everything that they do, how great they are, how everything that they achieve and accomplish more than any fucking body, but somehow they're the ones that we are, but because they're women or whatever, treated like second-class citizens, when in reality, they're more qualified to do any of this shit than everybody. Yeah. So I get it from that perspective that you're not appreciated. But if you talked about them not being appreciated, there's about them not being appreciated, or like I said, if she was a single mom or if she's struggling on hard times, there is empathy that comes with that. There's empathy that comes with that. You as a black man, you're supposed to get it done because you a man. Mm-hmm. There is no code for empathy or sympathy for you as a black man. Me personally, I can't teach people how to live their life, let alone raise their kids, because you know what I'm saying, I'm still early into that myself, but I'm saying I feel like we won't be doing our young sons any favors raising them with this perception that the world cares if you try. No, I care if you try your best. That matters to me. Show me, look, you did your best because you know your kids, you around them, and that's intimate to you. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You're close to that. Some random people in the street don't care about that. Like if you see people, we all guilty of it, even myself. I see a nigga right now today and he's robbing people, right? Mm-hmm. For me, I've worked 2 jobs before. I've worked 3 jobs before. We worked so hard, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not as empathetic to someone where I know there are places that hire felons that will hire anyone. To me, stealing is dishonorable, right? Now, someone else sees that exact same situation, but on the flip side of that, it's like, why is he stealing? Because if he's around a poor environment guns, if he's mentally not there, no one's looking at those things for him. No one says, "Oh, he was in a rough space or he was young." No.
See a black man stealing.
No, Chris Brown got crucified more than Dylan Roof, and Dylan Roof killed people. He murdered the media. Absolutely, the media is still. Destroyed Chris Brown for years because of something he did when he was 19. Now, granted, it was fucked up. She told him he couldn't dance. He lost his cool. Light skinned niggas be doing light skinned nigga shit. What I'm saying is, Dylan Roof murdered people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well,
Dylan Roof took lives.
To be clear, there were other problematic behaviors that Chris Brown displayed too. But I agree with the sentiment.
There is empathy. There was empathy for a murderer.
Yeah, 100%.
If there was empathy for someone like he might have had a good reason to kill people. They justified it. Even with the kids who did the Columbine situation, very bad situation. My heart goes out to all the families who lost someone that day. But they tried to justify why them kids did what they did.
Yeah.
No one but in the hood, niggas just kill niggas because niggas just lazy, don't want to work. There's the stigma. And I'm not saying that's not true among some niggas, but we need to start why don't we apply that to everybody? Why is it just a black thing?
Because it's a system that's grown up to keep us out of the loop, keep us down. So it's something that like they put labels on that to keep us where we are, like basically to try to keep us in check.
Oh no. I understand that completely. I'm just simply saying like I wouldn't raise my kids in a world where that doesn't exist. I wouldn't raise them to believe that doesn't exist.
I think what I think is a big problem of not only our generation but a lot of generations moving forward is a lot of the community and collective judgment from outside. You said it yourself. Like you want to raise your kids to understand that the opinions and the thoughts that matter most are your family, your parents, those close to you.
My bad, Joe.
I'm not even gonna stop you. I'm not even gonna stop you because I'm gonna finish this stop. And let me tell you what I was thought. I was thoughting that you said it yourself. The opinion that matters most is the collective opinion of your inner circle, your family, community, friends. And I think what our generation and generations past us has really, unfortunately, dealt and grown accustomed to is the community collective, is the idea of the social media, internet world, forums and comment sections, all creating this hive mind of not only prejudice and stereotypes that we've learned throughout our life and throughout their life, but also how that affects our opinions. There's so many people who have these like snap judgments on everything they see. If it's not somebody's picture, someone's video, someone's humor or music or whatever, and that becomes such a judgment of how others move. We really decide what's good, what's not, based off of how everyone else judges things. And I think a big important part of getting past that and becoming not only better people for ourselves but for our communities is really changing our behaviors to put a bigger focus on that inner circle. We've got so much emphasis on the outer circle opinion that people start to really diminish the opinion of your family and friends because you're like, well, if everybody else is thinking this, the fact that you think differently is an outlier when it should be the exact other way around. If my family agrees with me, if my friends agree with me, the people that I trust and grow and work with agree with me, to hell with what other people think. Because there are certain people that are building with me, and there are certain people that are supposed to simply be observers.
So I think what it comes down to is the sense of overall empathy that I think should be displayed never really existed in the first place. That's why we have so many that's why we have people judging people the way they do, and that's amplified on the internet. I think in an ideal world, right? Like, see, for me, I'm somebody who doesn't subscribe to everything, but I accept it all as it comes, and I try to look at things from a different perspective. So,
yes, you do.
Yeah, I mean, because like this is the thing, like the example that you gave, right, about somebody robbing somebody. Cool. Would I do it? No. Do I understand it? Yes. Does that make it right? No, but you get it. And if you understand that XYZ is why somebody is doing what they do, like I think it's our responsibility as people in the community to reach out to one another, to coach one another, to teach one another. Because if we're not doing it for our own, who's doing it? And all of those things start at home.
I agree.
Hold on, real quick. I want to stress something to a particular. So I love black women. Everybody knows me. I love my queens. But I'm talking to you miserable bitches out there who are going to see this and are going to have shit to say because I do get feedback. No, I'm not saying by any stretch that people should feel sorry for the black man. And I just said that because I know y'all going to be stuck on that with y'all miserable asses. I know y'all thinking that the black man is just responsible for everything wrong with your life. And that's an unfortunate way to live. That is an unfortunate way to live. I just wanted to clear that up, sir. Just wanted to clear that up, Nicholas. Yes. Okay.
All right. What you about to
say? I can't stand you miserable hoes. I swear to God. Oh, my God. I can't stand them.
I was going to say... we couldn't, basically police our own, like you were saying, right? You know what I'm saying? Checking up on them, advising them, like...
Well, it's about not necessarily, like, policing, but it's about being human and uplifting each other, like,
yes.
at its core. You know what I mean? Like, because I think when you look at the division between races, right? A lot of white people don't understand the struggles that we go through. You know what I'm saying? And so because everybody has an opinion or wants to have an opinion, they gonna speak on something they don't know about, right? But if they had lived through that, they wouldn't be as quick to judge. I would say they probably wouldn't be as quick to judge because they have that experience.
And you want to know what's funny? Let me tell you how smart the opposition is. Remember the video where the lady's asking she's describing what it would have been like to be a black person in America in a room full of white people. After she's done explaining that,
Jane Elliott,
and these white people, none of them ever lived this shit or whatever. After hearing her explain what it was like, then asked them to raise their hand if they would trade places, and no one rose their hand. So clearly, y'all get the picture. It's just simply about what y'all want, what you will allow. And I just feel like, man, as a black man, living in a paradox in my own mind anyway, where I feel like, man, I live by that motto, don't try, do. I kind of feel like, man, maybe in certain instances that's not the most, I think it could make things hard for people around you because you live in a reality where everything has to be. Nothing can just be an idea. Nothing can just be something. It's everything you do is done with purpose. Like you running out of time. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To do stuff. Right. Like there's just not enough time in the day for you to accomplish everything that you said you was gonna accomplish. So when you so it's not a matter of, man, hey man, something came up and we couldn't get that done. Now granted, that's life. Granted, we know that as human beings, genuinely know that. But when you're so I guess when you cold inside and you feel like you don't feel naturally protected, necessarily like on no front, you can't show that emotion of that you scared that you may not make it. You can't express how you know what I'm saying, how like you wouldn't be able to look your son in the eye if you had to grow up and live in a situation where you know what I'm saying that's less than what you want to give them. Or explaining to your daughter why she should go talk to this type of person so she don't go date someone like your dad. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just naturally express those things because no one gives a fuck about that. No one's caring about that. I was talking to this older cat. He had to be in his late 30s, maybe early 40s. We was talking about basketball. And of course, he was a Jordan lover. And I just randomly asked, dude, what's up? Oh, you tapping me. My bad. Sorry, it happened. But nah, I'm just saying, like, but like, seriously. So like, I asked him, hey man, just randomly, hey man, who all did Jordan beat in the finals? And you know what this nigga told me? He said, I don't know, but I know they beat Utah one year because they had the shot. That is how much people care about those who try. Because everyone who lost, everyone he beat tried. You don't remember who. No one gives. You don't hold 20-year reunions for making it to the title game. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody give a fuck about you trying. Now, granted, that's accomplishment though. Some people don't even get there. You should celebrate those things. It's just that I feel like the analogy is, I'm just saying, man, as a black man, I feel like you live in a world where no one cares about that. No one cares about how many you played and how many did you win. That is our reality as black men. No one cares about that. Now
I honestly feel like that's the reality as black people as a whole.
Well, yeah, yes, but if I told you, okay, so it's like people not having help. So like, prime example, give an example. Luka Doncic, who is a younger player, that doesn't have much in Dallas. Porzingis is overrated in my opinion, but there's a nucleus of core there, so they don't win a lot. But he's putting up good numbers. But he's got to get more help. LeBron James put up numbers like that and got a much worse team to the finals, and the only people talking about him not having help were people who were in his corner. No one gave a damn about him having Mo Williams or Larry Hughes or Ilgauskas or Goodwin, all them niggas you forget didn't work at warehouses and played in the NBA now. No one gives a damn about that awful last team he took to the finals. They care about he did win. No one gives a damn that he is the only player. He's going to have 30,000+ points, probably 10,000 rebounds and 10,000 assists, but people going to look at whatever the hell his losing finals record is, and it's going to be a losing one if Anthony Davis doesn't come back and the Nets get a defender, because that's just not going to be a very long series. But that's neither here nor there. All I'm saying is, man, we live in realities, man. I feel like we should live in, not that we should live in a reality, but we should like look at this from all angles, as opposed of saying, okay, look, as opposed to saying, he didn't get that done, man. Oh, he gonna be another statistic. When people talk about people being another statistic, they immediately equate that it's like black is just naturally attached. Something negative is naturally attached to black. Why? Like it just doesn't seem like enough people are paying attention. The right people aren't paying attention like to this type of stuff. We aren't paying attention to it. And I guess when you pay attention to it and you just kind of look around and see how casual everybody is that's in the exact same boat as you, when you see how they are, it just creates a natural frustration. And then it make you look like a complete outlaw. And nothing's wrong with you. You just see things differently. You know what I'm saying? But another thing is we talk about meeting people where they are, but you know something, man, we have to start challenging people to meet us where we are. We don't always have to go to somebody else's house. They can come to you. You know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah.
That's powerful actually.
We have to just start to, I guess, retrain the way we think about shit, man.
It's funny that you say that, because I was serious, even though I was saying this in just a little bit with my friend last week, and she was telling me she was like, I never know when to take you seriously, and I was like, all right, look, man, check this out. We've been friends for 7 years now, right? Wow. I know when and when not to joke with you. I know when I need to dial it back, right? I need you to know when I'm joking. I need you to meet me where I'm at, just like I met you where you're at.
Yes. Because if you don't, man, you're doing all the work. In life, man, everything is a partnership. No, I promise you. I said this to people years ago, and they was like, bro, that doesn't matter. Yes, it does. Everything in life's a partnership.
Preach.
Because even on your job, right, you have a supervisor, you have a boss, right? You have to, you meeting him meeting you where you are is him teaching you how to do your job. The natural patience to understand that, you know what, his first few weeks or so, man, he's got to get used to it. Things on the money. Right. Man, 9 months, not a year, 2 years from now, man, he won't have to, you've met him where he is. You know how he's going to want something specifically. Even if you do the job, right, he's going to know, look, you want shit separated or you want something neat. You'll be able to, it's like you're helping each other. Yeah. Everything in life's a partnership. Everything in life is a partnership.
Speaking,
but as far as But just as a community though, for real, man, I feel like as black men, we need to take upon the mantle as a leader, because that is I am not. This is not to. I was raised by women. This is not to diminish my black women at all. But damn it, we were made to lead, and we have to learn how to lead. A lot of black men, young black men, don't know how to lead, and that is okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, the reality that it's okay, right? The world doesn't care that you don't know how to lead. The world doesn't care that you couldn't possibly know how to, you know what I'm saying, be a man because you didn't have the man. You know what I'm saying? You have to learn these things. The problem, what we are, is that it's like the certain people will see that, and they'll be able to see that and accept that, but the interpretation's off. Their interpretation is, look, well, if you don't care about what's going to me, then just fuck you then. No, nigga, learn how to correct and be that, because it's not about them. You being a leader ain't about pleasing nobody else. It's about making sure you taking care of Air Force One.
Yeah.
It's not about impressing other goofy people. Like you said, it's not about what John Blake and Emily and Mary Sue and them saying around me around the corner. It's about what happens in the confines of your home.
Exactly.
Well, I would even say to that, being a leader doesn't mean you lead in every situation, because because the reality is that, all right, if we want to take it to relationships, right, every man is not the leader in their relationship. Now, is that okay? To me personally, I think that's all right, but you need to know the dynamic that you are in, that you are working within, and know how to play your position within that. That doesn't mean that you less of a man. That doesn't mean you've been emasculated. That just means that the dynamic in your relationship is the dynamic in your relationship. Mm-hmm. And she takes point on a lot of things. That's fine too.
And another thing that I think was wild in those situations, it's like the newer, and I only say the newer black woman because I feel like the black women that are just not the black women that are today. Even though I think we all queens and we all still great in their own right, but I think there are some differences. There's this stigma that, like, okay, we need a man that knows how to do this, then we'll be able to dial back. No, that's untrue. You could have the perfect nigga to do all this stuff, the perfect man to do all that, but if you are unwilling to get out your way about something, it won't matter what he does. So this narrative. And this is for the miserable bitches I referenced earlier. Y'all should listen. This is the part where you should really listen up. Y'all, instead as opposed to blaming us, right? Instead of blaming us for everything, right? Take the situation, take that man for what he is, right? If he needed help him help you. Because I guarantee you, ain't no one walking earth that's just got it all together.
Okay, elaborate on that, please.
What you mean?
I'm saying, give us an example of allowing him to help her help him.
Okay, so let's say, for instance, if you have some men who aren't emotionally overly expressive, and women feel like, okay, these niggas need to talk more and express certain stuff more, but they don't do that because they think this, and that's what the problem is. No, the problem is that when they do that, you're the ones judging us that way.
Okay, so
they're the ones judging. Okay, so it's something simple. How can he come to you and express himself, right? And in emotion, the way that you ask for, but you judge it. But you
weaponize.
Yeah, when you're weaponizing. Yes, you're weaponizing what it is that he's doing by saying shit like, "Oh, he's in his feelings about whatever." Mm-hmm. But he's not supposed to feel. You want to know why you ain't supposed to feel? Somebody take a guess. I promise you, you'll get it. I promise you, you'll get it. Because you are a black man. You a man. So you're not supposed to. Yep. You're not supposed to feel. You know what I'm saying? How you feel about certain stuff because of that. So and then if you don't see it the way that they see it because they're just so advanced in knowing how they feel emotionally, which is fucking hilarious. Then once you don't do those things, you a little boy, you everything but a young man trying to be a man to figure it out. Like, so you want to know what they turn into? They turn into these cold niggas. I had a nigga tell me something real simple. It ain't even what he said, it's how he said it. I was telling him, you know what I'm saying, about, You know what I'm saying? We was just talking about settling down. Everybody's talking about doing their thing. He was like, man, I could never settle with nothing because I never tell a woman nothing. He didn't even elaborate. I knew exactly what he meant. Well, because I've talked to him before, but I knew exactly what he meant. And that's sad.
Yeah.
That's sad. He's one could argue from the different perspective. He is forced to live in that reality because of what's around him. But let everybody else tell it, just relationship wise in that sense. A woman's gonna go off of your vibe and what you're doing, but no one says that about men. No one, because we empathize because men hurt women. That's just the natural narrative. But we don't empathize with men that are doing the exact. I mean, good niggas, man, good men. There are a bunch of them out here. Damn, I mean a whole bunch of them. But women are just starting to change what they think good men are, and because these niggas got jobs, they own cars, they own houses. But I don't know, maybe he don't like to talk every second of the day. He's not overly expressive. He didn't tell you he loved you after knowing you for just 30 days. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is that you want. But hey, we have to be able to help each other, meet each other where we are. Yeah. Because that's what they want. That's what they want. That's what other people want from you. You to meet them where you are. And I'm not saying that black men shouldn't do that. If you can do that, yeah. But you create a comfortable space as a black man, you need a safe haven.
Yeah.
For us to just be, you know what I'm saying, out and about. And women say, they be like, oh, he chose his niggas. He talked to them niggas. He chose them niggas over me. No, them niggas don't judge him for how he feel. And you do. Damn, it's crazy to believe. I'm convinced, bro, women think we dumb if they don't believe that type of shit can, like, you know, really play with a nigga mind. Like, they just think we just wake up one day and, you know what, she here, fuck that bitch. Like, I'm not suggesting that it's niggas out here that just don't do that. I'm just simply saying, like, golly, like, y'all really think all niggas are the same and all niggas just ain't shit or whatever. Y'all just, it's amazing what you will talk yourself into believing.
No, I think what that has been, especially, I would say like within the last 5 years, because I've been like niggas ain't shit has been a phrase for
a long time.
for a long time. But I think that's because historically men haven't been the best when it comes to how we treat our women. But to your point, I think it's imperative that we don't go into situations with a set mind that every woman or every man is this way. This is the person that is going to abuse me. This is the person that's going to hurt me. This is the person who doesn't give a damn about my feelings.
And it always leaves me confused. I'm like, damn, if you walked into that knowing that, then why did you do it in the first place? Now, clearly, I'm uninterested with whatever stupid ass answer that would ever follow that question. But, because please don't say some stupid shit. I don't know, because we love him. So he couldn't have just walked into an equally fucked up situation and stayed with your stupid ass because he loved you? Is that just hard? Is that just so hard to fathom? Like, Jesus. Like, I mean, it's like, what do we just think shit don't apply to others and some shit applies to others some more than most? Or
I think anybody who thinks looks at things one-sided is doing exactly that, is looking at things one-sided. I mean, because we were talking earlier about the movie Malcolm and Marie.
Yes.
And I don't want to get into any spoilers if anybody hasn't seen it. Have you seen it yet, Montel?
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, okay. Well, fuck that. We can get into it. Oh so God. I mean, one of the things that I appreciated about the movie is it depicted a really real situation in which he fucked up. You know, he didn't acknowledge his girlfriend for loving him the way that she did, right? And so and so that led to into an argument.
A couple.
Yeah.
A couple, bro.
They led into several arguments. But what the movie depicted was him not being able to see beyond his perspective because he at that point in time wasn't able to conceive what she had to say until she came to him and broke it down for him. And I honestly think that's what's not happening a across gender and sex lines is when we have an issue with each other, we're not breaking down why that hurt me. And if we are, we're getting attacked. It's because you did this, you did that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like when we can sit down and say, "Hey, I hurt you. I'm sorry," and then and you let me get out my point of why I did what I did. Like, does it make it right? No, but we have to understand that if I hurt you, right, there were probably things that contributed to or lend itself to me hurting you, and that's not to justify it, but those things do matter. So it's much like the point that you were making earlier, that if I don't win the finals, there are a lot of things. My effort should count for something.
Yes,
there were successes along that journey.
Right.
Absolutely. But no one cared. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, no one cared. I saw, this is his basketball talk, and I just don't know what to think. I saw a deal the other day where someone tried to argue that Scottie Pippen was better than Kevin Durant because he didn't leave his team and had 6 rings. I want to just say I respect Scottie Pippen to death, but under no circumstances, in any world, in any basketball world, shape, form, or fashion, is he Kevin Durant. Under no circumstances. No, there's only one small forward in the history of basketball I think you could look at and definitively say he was better than Kevin Durant. And that's LeBron James. And that's saying a lot. Because that nigga's top 5. You know how many players play basketball? We can talk about the nigga, the drama shit, the 3-to-1 thing, the him not brushing his hair, but the nigga is 7 foot, can dribble, and can shoot like a guard. Like, so I'm saying, like, we have to stop just saying stuff is good because it has highlighted things next to it in life. And at some point, bro, how you do what you do, the dynamics of those things should matter. But like, in the world we live in, they don't. Mm-hmm. So like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just like, in relationships, I feel like, man, the more you're able to be there has to be much more transparent communication 100%. As opposed to wanting us to just, we've been here for so long, I know you, you know me. But I'm like, yeah, that exists for sure. But we have to stop being like so. We have
Absolute?
to stop acting like our shit don't stink out here, man. Stop acting like you couldn't miss something simplistic.
So comfortable.
Not even
complacent.
It's the lack of consideration. Just overall.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Kyle.
Oh no, I was going to simply say, like, there's like exactly what we've been saying this whole time. There is so much emphasis put on definitive success that there needs to absolutely, in every facet, be more acknowledgement of progress, of accomplishments along the way. And it doesn't mean accomplishments over others, but simply accomplishments from what you did not do before. And I think in many ways that's from relationships to professional careers to lifestyle goals. Like, there's so much emphasis on being the best, the richest, the strongest, the most swole, the most hoes, like all of that. But there's so much that needs there's so much success and so much worthy of celebrating and being better than you were before. And that's in every facet. And it's not just getting things to be where they should be, getting your girl to understand who you are, or getting that job that pays you the most. It's as simple as simply acknowledging that, hey, I was in a worse spot than I was before. I was down bad before, and now I'm doing better. I am working on it. I am
okay.
I'm acknowledging that I have bad days.
Like, okay, for the sake of the argument, right? Okay. Why would you live in that reality or raise well, you don't have kids, but like, why would people raise their kids in that reality when they know it doesn't exist? So Tom Brady just won his 7th Super Bowl. He's got a Super Bowl for every day of the week.
Don't I know it?
I know.
I lost at $25. Mm-hmm. I'll never get.
Death taxes and Tom Brady, son.
First of all, you ain't a sports. Like that one your forte.
Yeah, you
so it wasn't about it being my forte. It was me being hopeful about a black man winning the Super Bowl. That's all that was.
Black man?
Who?
So Patrick Mahomes ain't black.
Oh well, I mean,
so that black man was the entire Kansas.
He got his though. You know what I'm saying? He got one last year.
Tom Brady coaches that weren't.
Yeah,
we can say what we want about Brady versus Mahomes, but there's an entire team not only supporting one, but also opposing him. There's a whole team that was supposed to be opposing Brady that failed.
Okay, so like bet take Tom Brady, right? We live in this world where we were saying that we have to, and I agree with all of that. Like wholeheartedly agree with all of that. But my thing, the reason I can't live in that strain is Tom Brady has won 7 Super Bowls. If Tom Brady didn't win 7, he played in 10 Super Bowls. If he had lost 7 Super Bowls, what would people be saying about him?
They would be saying he's trash.
He's shite.
They wouldn't say he still's got numbers. They give him all of his numbers, right?
He'd be Matt Ryan.
You know who he be? Peyton Manning. He be Peyton. Peyton won 2.
Yeah, but he got.
But Peyton, he lost like Dan Marino. Marino never won, but he had one of the best naturally throwing motions ever. Like people don't
ever.
Like for real. Like people like if you tell me quarterback to quarterback, Joe Montana was better than John Elway, I tell you kill yourself. You are outside your fucking mind. Clearly outside your mind. But one went 4-0 and the other one went. I think he was 2-3. I think he played 3 Super Bowls and lost before he actually won 2. That's Elway, and Elway is one of the best quarterbacks ever. Like
ever.
Like, do you think Michael Jackson would have been Michael Jackson without the successes of Off the Wall and Thriller? Like if he hadn't made, you know what I'm saying? So no one gives. I hear it, but I can't live in a reality where I know, like, you know what, my best efforts just ain't gonna cut it. Like my best efforts ain't gonna cut it unless I go get it, unless I do it, unless I achieve it. Yeah. I feel like as an African American, but specifically as a black male, I have to live in that reality because I know what that is. You're pushing a rock uphill. Somebody's got to fight the good fight. I'm just simply saying that that's not gonna be me.
You ain't shit.
I think that.
No, I mean, it just is what it is.
As much as we can push, you got to be the best nigga that there ever was in the game. Sometimes you just got to change story. Like, look, man, you just got to be a happy nigga. Sometimes you
be the best version of you.
Oh yeah.
And fuck all of the optics. I feel that. I completely feel that. I would give that advice to people. I'm simply saying I don't live in that world. I think that's what life should be, but no one talks about. If no matter how good you are, or how talented you are about something, how much hard work you put into it, how many endless nights, how many the blood, sweat, and tears. But if you fail, no one talks about years from now about how hard you tried. They care about, oh damn, he did all of that and played like that and won.
But you know that comes.
No one would give a fuck about the flu game if he lost.
But that all comes. It really all comes down to being comfortable with yourself, because in life. We know how things should be, right?
Yeah.
And we know how things actually are. So you have to figure out within yourself where you fall along those lines. Mm-hmm. And figure out if you're comfortable with that. If you're not, then change it. If you don't complain about it.
That's facts. But to go back to what you were saying about the Super Bowl, I too was in a win-win situation.
Yeah.
Some told me to pick Tampa Bay, so I did. I didn't bet on the game, but if Kansas City had won, we still would have been happy. I still would have been happy.
Yeah. Now I will say, even though I wanted a black man to win the Super Bowl, I mean, yes, and the rest of the team, I don't give a fuck about sports. Y'all know me. Y'all know how I get down. But I also like I didn't have a dog in the fight really. Even though I had money on the line, I didn't have a dog in the fight because I think winning seven championships in the NFL is incredible. So hats off to Brady.
Fast, and we need to go ahead and end this debate right now. Did he pass Michael Jordan for his GOAT immortality? I don't necessarily know about that. Personally, I don't. I would say no, but they asked which dynasty was better. Any football dynasty is better than basketball dynasty. It's not even close. There's a parity in basketball that simply doesn't exist in football. You'll never that's why what Tom Brady and Belichick with the Patriots. That's why what they did was the best. It was the best dynasty you've ever seen in NFL history. That's why it's so unprecedented. You've seen dynasties in the NBA from whenever, like even with Bill Russell and how Celtics used to win it all the time. Those things happen. But in football, man, you might be a good team. Like no one knew about Kansas City 4 years ago. No one was hyping that.
Who gave a shit?
You know what I'm saying? They get Patrick Mahomes. They get to the Super Bowl. They win out the blue. Another really good team there was San Francisco, the team that they beat, and no one said shit about them all year. It's like them niggas just fell off the face of the earth. Like
nobody care about them.
They don't. Nobody. Because you want to know what? They tried. They didn't do. You see how they work?
The philosophy. Kind of like the Kardashians.
Yes.
The West.
Yes, they did.
The West.
So apparently, Kim K has filed a divorce against Kanye West. How y'all feel about that?
I'm so glad he signed a prenup. I'm so glad they signed a prenup. I'm so glad that that Kanye stood by his word.
His next album gonna slap. That's all I'm gonna say.
Fuck Satan.
Straight fire emoji. Whoa.
No, it'd be straight heaven angel emojis.
I don't know, man. You see, Future was in a little slump when he was with Sierra. Then I want to say I can't remember the album he did right after that, but it was popping. Russell Wilson was really good. He was a top 5 QB at one point. So by some accounts, never by mine. And now he's the most sacked quarterback in football. I'm not saying that Sierra's to blame. I'm just saying that, bro, marriage ruins and like athletes.
Love ruins everybody. I mean, cause nobody wanted to hear from Mary J. Blige.
LeBron James,
happy.
Huh?
LeBron James, easy.
LeBron.
Yes.
I mean,
he's been married for half his whole career, probably his whole.
He's 3-7 in the finals.
That doesn't mean he's still successful.
Yeah, he's
everything that he does.
Oh no.
He's a champion, a 4-time.
He is a 4-time champion.
Like
he is great. Great. Tim Duncan in 2013 was married. The Spurs lost in the worst way. He got a divorce and they won the finals in record fashion. I'm not saying nothing bad. I ain't even saying nothing.
Why would she make?
And that's because Savannah's quiet. Sierra loud as fuck.
Check it out.
Sierra's not even. I don't even think Sierra craves attention or nothing like that. But she loud. She's a she be in shit all the time.
You got a point. I mean, after Rihanna, you know what I'm saying, Chris came back with Deuces. So, you know what I'm saying, Usher fucked up. We got Confessions. It's crazy.
Because even though 8701 was good,
I mean,
Confessions was platinum.
808s and Heartbreak.
I will say just like I think that the focus just different. You know, when you're just not focused on.
Are you saying marriage is a distraction?
No, I'm just saying.
Because that's it. Say it with your ring.
Like the focus. The focus.
I just say marriage is a distraction. He said, "Wave it."
No, not like. I mean, for some people, it could be like just a different, your routine is just different. Like you have more attention, you have more time for.
Imagine Future. Okay, Future's. Imagine Russell Wilson working out, getting ready for the season. And remember, what's that shit Sierra said a few years back? Yeah, Future only sees his son. He's missed like 30%. It was like a real odd number. 37% of our son's visits, and he at the training camp got to hear that shit. You know, niggas are talking about it.
Yep.
So like I'm sure he's in the goddamn weight room and film study, distracted by all of that shit. Like, not that she would seek attention. I just think she's naturally like it's just the situation.
Oh, you mean like Aisha Curry?
Yeah, you see how she got to talking and they lost the goddamn finals. The next year they got Kevin Durant, but you know what else happened? She shut the fuck up. That's what happened, and then they won the finals in what was again record.
So you say there's a correlation there?
Ah yes, yes. And then Michael B. Jordan has, and this is I don't know what this is for real or how real it is.
It's a sham.
It don't seem real.
So
He is. I hope this doesn't fuck his career up. Cause it's hard for you to finally date a black girl, but we supposed to believe that the one black girl you date has been with all of your coworkers. I just think that's weird. That's hard to believe that he really picked her. This is a publicity stunt.
Hey, look, man, it might be his type of black woman, one that is
No. Yeah, because I'm sure there's the white girls he dated was also in the community.
And I'm not saying that as if she a slut, but you know what I'm saying? Like she's had a lot of partners in the last year or so, or whatever like that. So that just, I mean,
some act just like experienced directors. Who knows?
I mean, oh my god. I mean, I don't care what she does. I'm just saying, like it just kind of seemed like, oh wow, so he just randomly. And he's so into it. They was like, you don't even know if they're.
It's the better look. It's the better look for her though. Like, I mean, all together, I think, than it is Michael B. Jordan. I mean, because Michael B. Jordan is. I mean, I don't think it's really too many people that can knock him off his pedestal coming off of Black Panther. I think he's still riding that wave for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And what's the other movie he just did? Him and dang, I forgot.
Talking about Just Mercy?
Yeah, Just Mercy.
Haven't seen that yet.
I haven't seen it either, but like the statement that like that movie, you know what I'm saying, or what it stands for, you know, for the Black culture, like I feel like that
work. He's been doing a lot of stuff with, like, he's got a production company, putting in a lot of effort in a lot of other projects. Like Just Mercy was one of his first like productions with that group that he started up. He's also got like an anime with through the Rooster Teeth cartoon or whatever it's on.
What's the name of it? You know,
Genlock. Genlock is
Oh, that's him.
Yeah, he's voicing. He's in that, voicing in that. That's a lot of work through his production company getting that forward. But it's also he's partnering with that. Like a lot of stuff like the Static Shock and Icon movies with DC moving forward is being directed through Michael B. Jordan. Like, work wise, he's doing shit.
How do you feel about the Static Shock production?
When they kind of made it apparent that, you know, it's a DC film, I lost all interest. So
I think, to be fair, I'm a big Milestone Media fan. And that's gonna go over a lot of niggas' heads because that's some deep comic shit. Milestone Media was created in the early 90s by a lot of comic veterans, niggas who worked at Marvel, niggas who worked at DC, worked with people who ended up making Image and Dark Horse, and they were just niggas who said, yo, they ain't a lot of us in comics. And those niggas said, we gonna make our own shit. And so people like Dennis Cohen, Dwayne McDuffie, like got together to make their own comics with their own representation. So they made characters like Icon, Rocket, Hardware, Static Shock. Static Shock was one of the like first counters to Spider-Man's popularity. You know, that teen hero with wit and spunk and whatnot. And Static Shock, Virgil Hawkins, that character was that reaction, that counterattack. And literally they were doing that, making all those comics. DC said, you know what, man? We really want what y'all got. Y'all can come work with us. Y'all can be part of that. Put them niggas with Superman and Batman and all of them. And eventually they said, yeah, of course we'll do that. And then DC said, all right, then cool. Now that we own y'all, we're not doing none of that shit no more. Shut all that shit down. You haven't seen that.
Oh, damn.
Characters like Icon.
That's essentially what happened.
Characters like Hardware are the same level of intelligence and strength as Iron Man. You ain't seen none of that. Icon is as strong as Superman, somewhat of the same background. You ain't seen none of that, nigga. Static Shock had a show and it was insanely popular because it's made and produced through the same niggas that did great shows like Batman Animated Adventures, Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah.
Ben 10. Dwayne McDuffie is a fucking god in terms of cartoon comics, our childhood. That's why Static Shock did well. But literally, we didn't see nothing outside of that. We didn't get more from them.
And I think they need to like just change some things around it. But as far as Michael B. Jordan's concerned, before he did Killmonger, the last thing he did that I absolutely liked was when he was Wallace in The Wire, and that's a gap.
Oh well, the greatest thing I've seen him in is the Alexa commercial. And if y'all haven't seen
that's really that was a really good commercial. I just think that's a really bad.
That's right. A really good commercial.
It's a really good commercial. And you see how much he was talking in that bitch? Almost not at all.
Oh man, that's
Michael B. Jordan project is not something that people like really. My favorite Michael B. Jordan project is literally a rom-com. Literally,
you talking about with Miles Teller
and Zac Efron? That awkward moment. That rom-com is fucking hilarious. It's stupid and irrelevant as hell, but it's just fun.
So y'all don't
Michael B. Jordan is a fun,
charming
guy in that movie. He's a total fucking simp in that movie, but that movie is hilarious.
Yeah,
you know y'all don't like him in Creed?
Oh no, see, Creed was great, but he wasn't talking.
I don't know about great. Creed was good.
No, I'm saying
that's a great franchise.
It's great for Michael B. Jordan.
That's a great franchise. I'm not going bag on Creed 2.
No, bad.
The Rocky universe was a great playground for Michael B. Jordan. It's going to be a great playground when he directs Creed 3.
He's directing Creed 3?
He's directing that.
What about Ryan? Was it Ryan Coogler?
I don't think Coogler's attached to direct that. I think he's got other focuses.
That's a fact. Oh yeah, Black Panther 2 and
Black Panther 2,
Wakanda series.
Yeah, he literally got signed on to a 5-year deal with Disney to make more series, which makes me think not only Wakanda, he could possibly be doing shit with niggas like Luke Cage, Blue Marvel, other characters. I could dig deep into some Marvel shit, black based, that they could do moving forward. But that's not what this whole podcast is about.
Question:
Yeah.
Name one movie that doesn't have a sequel you wouldn't mind seeing.
That doesn't have a sequel.
Doesn't have a sequel.
Ooh, let me think. Doesn't have a sequel.
That's. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. It doesn't have a sequel.
It's hard to say movies that like, because good movies that you see that you don't really want to see more of. You want to see more, but it's good to see a movie that has like a complete ending. Like I could say I loved Baby Driver outside of all those really problematic people attached to it at the time. And I'd love to see more of that universe, more of those characters. A second Baby Driver movie. Story-wise, I don't know how the fuck they would do that, but I would love to see them do anything.
What about Hercules? The Disney version, like Hercules.
There's like a Hercules too. There's a whole.
There's Hercules too.
Yeah.
There's a whole TV show.
I've never seen.
There's a whole TV show.
It must have been trash then.
No, Hercules TV show is top.
No, I'm talking about two.
Hold on, you talking about Hercules? There wasn't a Hercules 2, right?
I'm trying.
There was a TV series.
Man, there was another movie they did that. There's two Hercules.
No,
movies.
there's a Hercules there's a. I guess you could say in real life Hercules, like you know how they did like the Lion King.
Didn't The Rock play that or something?
Live action adaptation.
You know, I'm talking about the animated like
the Disney movie.
movie.
You can't say that.
There's two different cartoon Hercules movies.
Are you talking about the one with Xena?
I'm not sure.
Let me
it
check.
might be
Hercules 2?
No, not a Hercules 2, but it's just another Hercules movie. It's not.
Oh, okay.
Hercules
First
2.
of all, Disney has a TV show, and you're not going to tell me that doesn't count as a future adaptation of that Hercules storyline, because that show slaps, and two, it's that. It's Hercules.
Oh, okay. It doesn't have a sequel.
Yeah.
Monsters Inc.
Monsters University.
Monsters
Prequel.
University.
That's a prequel.
It's still
That's still
It's
attached.
prequel. Prequel is before. Sequel is after.
It still count. It still count. It still count.
It doesn't have a movie that's attached to it.
Yeah. You want to know what mine would be? The Adjustment Bureau. That shit creeped me out when I first watched it, but like the more and more I watched it, and anyone that knows me knows that was a lot. But yeah, the Adjustment Bureau.
No, it'd be crazy.
For sure.
It'd be a crazy sequel. Inception 2.
Or what? Shutter Island.
Shutter Island, man. Shutter Island used to be one of my.
That'd be a good. That would be a good one,
bro.
Leonardo.
That would be a
DiCaprio
good
was
one.
that.
Leonardo Island.
Leonardo DiCaprio is that nigga, man. He do his work.
Let's tell this right now. Who's the better actor, DiCaprio or Will Smith?
DiCaprio.
Woo, that's tough.
I don't know. Yeah, that is
Leonardo
tough,
DiCaprio,
bro.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, like I like more.
Probably like.
I like more Will Smith movies,
man.
but I think
Yeah. As an actor, I say
yeah,
DiCaprio because
If
like
we threw them in the same roles for a bunch of different movies, DiCaprio would be on top every time.
yeah, bro.
You couldn't do Wolf of Wall Street.
You also couldn't do Django with Will Smith.
Bro, I was gonna say, what really won me over was Django. Like the way he his acting was just.
I could tell he had said nigga a few times. He didn't need no rehearsal, no help.
No. Actually, that's not true
You
because
just gotta channel it in your blood.
it was a podcast. All the Smoke. Jamie Foxx was on it, and then he was actually diving into him, DiCaprio, about like saying the N word. At first, he was like, "Man, I'm not saying that, man." He's like, "There's no way you can get me to say that, bro. I'm not saying that word." But then,
said, "Look, let me tell you how I do it."
He said, "Look, nigga."
But Will Smith, not Will Smith, but Jamie Foxx spoke with him offline. He was like, "Look, man, I'm a slave back then," or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys are like, you know what I'm saying? You were back then, like, and then he said like just one day he came in and he was just on it. And next thing you know, like, you know, you didn't have to tell him nothing. He was just in character. And like, and sometimes he had to like tell him like, yo, bro, you need to calm down. You need to tell him.
You got carried away.
Yo.
Django is like that dinner scene. That dinner scene where where Django kind of where
they find out that they're there for Hilda.
Yeah, they find everything out, or how he like smashes his finger in that glass, and then he like, you know, like rubs his hand on her face, everything, in that weird moment where he's just bleeding. Like apparently that was like the first, like one of the first times they shot that, he like actually cut his finger doing it, and when they felt like he kept going in that scene, like I guess apparently he's not supposed to cut himself doing that scene, but he had cut himself during one time in that scene, and that nigga was just in it. DiCaprio was in it, and he did all that weird shit.
DiCaprio was like
his own blood on people's faces.
Yeah, that's not gonna fly.
People apparently like they finished that shot. They like, yo, DiCaprio, that was weird as fuck. And Quentin Tarantino was like, I liked it though.
Yeah, hey, DiCaprio said, I want to bang my hand on a bunch of glass. I want to feel that.
Be like, assistant, cut the check.
Cut the check.
Right.
Please.
Yeah, no, like, he's a great actor, man. I really love Shutter Island, man. It was really, like you said, a mind, like
total mind fuck.
It was, at first I had to ask my wife, like, are they serious? Like what's reality in here? What's real? Like, it was really just like misleading, but also you could understand it at the same time. Yeah, like,
are there? Okay, I got one more question. Are there any movies based on like a book that you read or something that you know about, like a story that you know about that you wish somebody would make?
Bruh, what was that movie we read in school? Was it Road to Thunder, Hear My Cry? Or what was or did they make that movie? Or?
I don't know. We probably didn't read the same.
I promise you. If I showed you,
using the remedial. I'm just playing.
Cal. I swear, damn, he just tried my whole game.
We are live.
It's another movie. What was it called? It was the Hispanic dude, and he had a friend, but his little brother ended up getting killed. What was that movie? What was that book? I meant like all them books. Some of them books we read in high school, man.
You said his brother ended up getting killed.
Brothers in Arms. That's what it was called.
Okay,
Brothers in Arms. Bruh, they should make that. They should
would
turn
be a
into
great series to make because they've never made anything at all related to this series. Fight me if you want to. Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I've never seen them make a movie.
Well, that's because they ruined the second one.
No, there is a series in development.
No, there's nothing ever happened, and I don't care. I don't care about them old movies. I just like.
What you talking Percy Jackson?
I said, there's a TV series in development. Disney's doing it.
I pray to God.
Hold on, so you're saying you haven't watched the Lightning Thief, like Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief?
That never happened.
It just wasn't accurate to the books. I get
it. Was accurate to the books.
The books was just they were incredible. They was on.
I think they, even though I like the movie,
yeah,
I like the movie. It just they created a different situation.
It's a 5-book series, and y'all niggas out here just doing what you want. In movie number 1, you can't do nothing else. You might as well have just made your own shit. That's all I'm saying. How you get a whole game plan, 5-step game plan, and you don't follow it?
Y'all want to know what?
And the books are short.
Okay, bet. Opposite question.
Okay.
Name a movie that had a really good first movie, but they just did too much with it.
A really good first movie.
On the second,
but did
Jeepers Creepers. Well, Jeepers Creepers 3.
Well, they did too much on the first movie, or they did too much on the sequel?
They did too much afterwards.
Okay, yeah, Jeepers Creepers.
Ooh.
I don't know how many Fast and the Furious movies there are, but I'm gonna be absolutely honest.
Oh my god, yeah, that has to be number. That has to be number one.
Never watched a complete Fast and Furious movie.
After the second one, for me, no.
Oh, Spider-Man 3.
Ah, damn.
Yeah.
First of all, first of all, they went through a lot of reiterations, and we got there. I'm not like.
I know it's one movie series,
but I'm pretty happy with how we've moved through it to get to where we're at, man.
Zay, you better not say this one movie series.
I know one I got,
step offline. Don't you say it,
bro? The Matrix, bro.
Okay, that's cool. All right.
They absolutely botched it so bad. The first one's alone is classic level, and the second one's not unbearable. It's bearable, but the third one isn't even like painful to watch. You're just confused as to like what in the hell.
The Incredibles.
In that same vein,
The Incredibles.
So I don't think they did too much, but I wasn't.
It was not as good.
I didn't like it as much as the first one.
First one, no. But I mean, like, just like something I think they just did too much, like Rush Hour. Rush Hour 3 was unnecessary. To me, it was.
Okay, I
and it wasn't even bad.
And I think that's a fair assessment. I like that trilogy though. Rush Hour 3 wasn't needed.
Rush Hour
at
3,
all.
Rush Hour trilogy or Bad Boys trilogy.
Rush Hour.
Rush Hour, because Bad Boys.
I love
Bad Boys 1 did not hit the high.
For life.
Bad Boy 3 just went on too far. Bad Boys 2 made so much better the Bad Boys series. They could have just stopped there, and they said, "Nah, we're gonna keep going."
Nah, bad. The first one's better than you giving it credit. For me, I think they could have.
I'm not saying the first Bad Boys was bad. I put it above the third one, but Bad Boys 2,
just definitely,
it went up through the roof. And like, you didn't need to do more, in my opinion.
You want to know what they did a lot with, honestly? But I loved it. House Party.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I've ever seen any of those movies.
Whoa, yeah.
In their entirety.
You know I'll slap you, boy.
Facts. That was just
you wouldn't get the chance.
Today, Junior.
But definitely, like even House Party 4 with Immature in it. Marcus Houston and them. I thought that was funny. I think I would rank it fourth amongst them, and I loved House Party 4.
Oh, to answer your question from earlier, again, a movie that did not get a sequel that I want to see a sequel. I want to see Smart House 2 where that shit start to glitch up because it needs some upgrades. Jump, the house is jumping.
What about Final Destination?
They did a bunch of those.
Oh yeah,
no, I'm saying like the follow up ones that probably wasn't as good.
They weren't.
Well, that's subjective because Final Destination 3 is better than the first two movies. So I don't know how we would.
How many Final Destinations were there?
5?
There's about 5, I think 5 or 6.
I believe.
That's too many.
2 is influential as fuck.
And the first 2 were good.
First 2 were great. Niggas will never drive behind a fucking truck carrying logs ever again in their life after seeing about
Bro,
to this day.
We were just talking about that the other day.
To
bro.
this day.
Like, literally, we were just talking about
Ain't finna happen.
on the highway, niggas switch lanes. Final Destination 2 did.
Oh, I got one. Chucky.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, they destroyed.
Oh, yeah.
The Bride of Chucky was cool. Was cool. Everything after that was just terrible.
Yeah.
They ruined the dog shit out of it. And you know what? You know one?
Oh, Beethoven.
Yes.
Air Bud.
That's what I was thinking about. Air Bud, not Beethoven.
The Michael Myers movie, there's a new one, but we saw him burn to death.
Right.
What is happening here? Why? No, and it was a good movie though. It wasn't bad.
Aliens versus Predator.
Aliens, Predators. Then they went Aliens versus Predator. Jason,
Prometheus,
Freddy.
For real, man.
Freddy versus Jason.
I don't know, man. I just kind of think, man, sometimes, bro, it's good to leave things where they are. Like like the dynamic with now Coming to America 2 could be a great movie, but I just kind of like leaving stuff where there is.
Doesn't need a sequel.
I think the gap kind of killed it for me. Like I feel like gaps in time like that, it's like.
Look, man, when your money,
I don't know,
up, you go to where the money.
But it's like the. I guess you could say setting of when it was first filmed to now, it's a whole different world that we live in. So it's like it's be portrayed differently than like I don't know, man. It just kind of doesn't work for me.
What it comes down to is the contents of the movie weighed with the want for the movie itself. Like now, sometimes people can deliver you things that you didn't know you wanted.
We didn't even say Ghostbusters, man. So many Ghostbusters.
There you go. But like sometimes you can deliver something that you didn't know you wanted, and like that's always a pleasant surprise. But when you had something that's great, right, and then you do a gap, and it's not necessarily wanted, whatever you trying to feed somebody has to be spectacular.
Yeah,
it has to be spectacular.
It has to.
Real quick, take any 2 rappers in history and have them do a collab album. Who are your 2 rappers?
J. Cole and Drake. Easy.
Tupac and Kendrick.
Ooh, I like that too. I like that.
Give me Drake and Wayne. I still need it, man. I need Wayne when he is at the peak.
I'm about to say, which Wayne you getting though?
Pete Wayne, Pete Drake. Give me the album.
Hey, you know what? If we get the Wayne that was on the last song they just did together, bro.
So I have three.
I'll be cool with that.
Three combinations.
I'll be cool with
What's up? What's up?
Funny. Fujiano, Mystical.
I don't.
That should let me down to my side.
I don't know. Nah, he came in. Yeah, he's like the James Brown of rap.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? So I have three, right? So I have three.
All right.
So in no particular order, clearly, bro, I gotta bring him back, my boy Biggie, and I gotta get Big. I need Biggie, and I need Jay. Cause that's the most Brooklyn shit ever. Like,
okay,
it'll be the most.
All right.
It'll be like the most cold classic hip hop. Then Diddy's working it. So Biggie was riding with Diddy. Like imagine Life After Death meets Blueprint. Like
the Blueprint to Life After Death. Ooh.
Like okay, all right.
Ooh.
Nah. Y'all wild. Y'all wild.
Yo, what's up, two? Come on, let's go.
What the fuck? They call me?
You had three.
Yeah, nigga. I know, right?
No, I was like,
wrap it up. Nah.
Actually, I heard him say it first, so I did not say it. I said the other two.
Yeah. Both of y'all shut the fuck up. This is my time.
And he gonna tell me to relax.
Exactly. You know. So check this out. So Wayne and Drake was one of mine. I kind of would have been really, really interested in seeing what that would have been like. But I got my third one is real interesting. I got J. Cole and Miguel.
You right. That'd be.
Oh.
I feel like that'd be nice. J. Cole and Miguel like collabs a bit.
Can I get Wale and Miguel?
No. Well, you can, but I don't need Wale.
Oh, this flower ball, take me hard.
I'm straight on that. Nah. Or freaking Drake and Usher. That'd be a fight. They'd be a bomb.
I don't
Drake
need
and Usher?
Drake and Usher could do.
I mean, I'm not saying.
I don't know about album, but I know they could do some good songs.
It'd be a hot single.
Give me Drake
and oh Ye.
Well, Drake and Ye. Give me Drake and Young Thug. Because if
I would most certainly listen to a Thug and Drake album. Based on that feature.
You know why the album,
man,
bro. Dollar Sign and Chris Brown.
I wouldn't be as excited about that.
Dollar Sign, bro. Dollar Sign. I feel like they would compliment each other well.
Ty Dolla $ign fit into the category that I put Jeremiah in. They body people features, but when it comes to their own shit, come on.
That's who could have did good music at their peak too. Drake and Chris Brown.
Yeah,
Drake. Oh yeah.
I would still today be interested in Drake and Kendrick and J. Cole doing an album.
Yeah, the trifecta.
But Kendrick hasn't had an album since 2017, and hey man, dude, I'm just not happy about that. I'm not happy about that at all. Mm-hmm. Just not happy about that. Charlamagne the God made an interesting comment. He said he said that he might need a Lil Baby feature, suggesting that he would need somebody at this stage in his career because his last two songs didn't bop like that. The last two songs he dropped were Tootsie Slide, which is an awful song.
Hey, bro,
but it was a number one song. It was a number one. Laugh Now Cry Later was the other song, and it also was a number one. This is what Drake meant in diplomatic community when he said opinions over statistics. Of course, because clearly the statistics support that. But Tootsie Slide, he need to Tootsie Slide his ass back to Canada in the snow.
No, we're not gonna do that.
He need to bury that shit. Tootsie Slide is a terrible song. It's worse than Hotline Bling.
I love Tootsie.
I would rather listen to Hotline Bling than Tootsie Slide. I ain't gonna lie.
It's a terrible song.
But I wouldn't say it's terrible.
That shit is God fucking awful.
I mean, okay, all right.
To me,
let Wiz Khalifa go and make that song.
It'd still be terrible.
But I don't know. Drake
come on, he wouldn't have made it that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it was. I don't know.
Drake does have bad songs though.
Well, yeah,
very few.
Yes, very few, but that's one of the few.
I ain't putting it in the few. Fuck that.
Okay, what's a bad Drake song for you? Like one where you just like
the family keep the family close.
He pulled out a list. You got just a list of bad
Keep
Drake
the family
songs?
close.
Oh, you big man. You talking to the wrong one about that song.
I don't like that song. I don't really like
that
that song.
That is incredible.
That's incorrect. What it is?
I'm gonna tell you one because there was one on the last project if I can find it. Oh, that shit with Playboy Cardi. You can get this shit out of here.
Why they even do that? Why did they let him get in the studio and do that? Like, come on, you don't think the freaking engineer looked at him and was like, bro, what is you saying? Like, what are you doing right now? You come back after your break. Everybody being expected to come back. You gonna come rap like that?
I would say like there are very few Drake songs that I don't like, but I can't say that out of the ones that I don't like that they terrible. Like Make Me Proud. I don't care for that song, but it's not a bad song. It's just not for me.
No, there are songs he has that's just not for me. But nah, man, I just don't like. So like some Drake songs or things that's just not for you. It's like food, right? All right, so broccoli's, pretty good or whatever. But like 9 times out of 10, man, when you eat, you don't think to eat broccoli.
All right.
So like, but you'll eat it if it comes. But you'll eat it. But I'm just saying like stuff you'll eat, right? Tootsie Slides like Brussels sprouts. Reed, no matter what way you shape that up, bro, I'm just not.
Okay.
Brussels sprouts are pretty fucking good. So
I'm over here like broccoli's good. Brussels sprouts are good.
No, they not, bro.
They smell bad. They taste bad.
Nah, that's
all. You know what I'm saying? Now when we started to talk about, beets, I hate beets.
Yeah, Tootsie Slides a beet. Think about it as a beet. It's a terrible.
No, it's a beet to you.
Nah,
it's more like asparagus to me. I love a bit. I love my vegetables.
Nah,
hey, some good grilled asparagus, bro. That's. I love some grilled.
Shit, man, I fuck with some asparagus.
Asparagus good. It just make your pee smell different.
Good, man.
What?
It makes your pee smell different.
Bro, he's not okay.
Oh.
No, look. You look okay. So you looking at him crazy.
I'm literally being serious.
I'm not saying.
I told Jackie I was making asparagus with the seafood lasagna for Chrissy last week for Valentine's Day, right?
Right.
So she was just like, it's gonna make your pee smell weird. No, I'm just like, fuck. Okay, whatever. So I eat the asparagus and everything. We have dinner. Cool. Next day I go to pee.
Smell a little different.
Smelled a little
A
different.
little funny. It smell.
I was like, okay, she might be on to something.
It smell a little dank.
It's a bit pungent.
little danky.
Little dank.
It has a specific aroma.
Yeah, it really does change the way.
No, not danky.
Little danky.
I mean, it's tasteful though. If you cook it right. Like I don't want no thin asparagus where I'm barely even, what I'm saying? It's like all tough and stuff. Like I can't
want no burnt ass, crusty ass.
You got her making
I can't do
asparagus
that.
jerky is what it sounds like.
Yeah, I can't do that. I mean, but you go to certain restaurants, they cook it different, and then like maybe whoever was cooking was just trash or whatever. But I remember
name something you never tried but you be willing to try food wise.
I was about to say something so inappropriate.
I was about to say some conch. Some conch. I want to eat some of that conch.
I would probably say I would try escargot.
What is that? Fish egg?
That's snail.
Snail? Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'd be willing to try that, but I'm not looking forward to.
Oh no, that texture I can't.
I think one's like.
It's like clean.
I can't really think of something like I'm like I want to try this one day, but I know like recently something I've tried recently was takoyaki. Which is like deep fried like octopus balls. It's mostly in like Japanese restaurants.
Nah, I'm good, bro.
Those are good.
You said balls?
Yeah, those are good.
They got balls?
No, it's like
not balls.
It's a ball of octopus.
Oh, okay.
I think I got octopus hush puppy. Like
an
octopuppy.
Octopuppy.
Hush push.
But no, those are good.
Nah.
What about you?
That's
me?
Yeah.
Man, if I had to just try some old extravagant ass food, man, clearly I'm gonna have to try something like meat related.
Buffalo balls.
Probably I can guarantee it won't be. The matter of fact, I'm gonna just try something green, something closer to that. I don't know.
Like Brussels sprouts.
Nah, I mean,
they like buffalo balls, but
nah, man, I would try like caviar or something like.
Okay.
Or calamari.
That's fish eggs. And that's squid.
Yeah, like.
Are you talking about calamari eggs and
you had some.
I would try
tomato.
You eat eggplant?
Like Drake.
Yeah, I've eaten it, but I don't like it.
Y'all heard it.
I'll
right?
try that.
We got his admission. on the microphone that he eats eggplant.
No, I said I've eaten it.
He turned it into something different.
Yeah. And we got the power. And we got the power to prove you wrong. Yes.
Prove.
Did y'all know that where hush puppies come from? Like the actual term?
No.
So the actual term of hush puppy, the reason they call it that is because back in the day when slaves were trying to run away, they would take flour. No, like this, they would take flour and they would cook it up and it would come out as a like a ball of flour, cooked flour. Yeah, and so when they were trying to escape and run away from the dogs, they would throw it to the dogs because the dogs would eat it, and that would keep the dogs quiet so that way they can escape.
The puppies for hush.
And that's where the hush puppies come from.
And now it's niggas eat it because it just sounds like to go with fried fish.
I saw that the other day on Facebook, man. I thought it was interesting. I was like, man,
you know what?
wow.
You just lost all credibility saying you saw that on Facebook and spoke about it as if it was fact.
You had me.
I'm gonna need a different source than Facebook, bro.
I'm going to DC to African American History Museum. I'm gonna ask somebody.
Oh, let me tell this story, bro. Before we close out of here, let me tell you about my brother right here. We go to the African American Museum a couple years back, a couple summers ago, and this nigga just didn't get the point.
I want to see. I definitely want to see what
who that be outside.
I don't know, but
I don't know.
We be thanking him, man.
What didn't get the point?
He was just like, "Why are we going here? It's history."
I get the point. It just like at that time, I just
so fuck our answers.
Sometimes I just don't be caring about history, bro.
See,
like,
he's the type of nigga that would want to rebrand Hush Puppies as Quiet Bitch.
Quiet bitch.
Nah,
Martell said, "Fuck Black History."
No, heck no, I ain't never say that. Nah, don't you even go there. Don't you even go there. I just said I am not a person that's really fascinated with history. I'm just not.
I understand.
Like it's just not my thing. Like
You're destined to repeat it, but okay.
Yeah, but also like I was ignorant, for saying it.
Well,
I guess
I don't think it's ignorant.
for people that cared about it. You know what I'm saying?
Like they don't interested. Like just don't have the intrinsic need.
Yeah, I mean that was okay. He just made it really unbearable for a second, and I was just like, God damn, like dude.
But some of these niggas died for what?
All right, I ain't go there.
Okay.
There's two bathrooms in the spot.
Okay.
I'm not touching that one. Oh my God, I'm not doing that.
Definitely didn't. I ain't going there for.
I guess that
For what?
That for what?
Oh boy, it's silly, man.
Nah, man, but
it was fun. That actually was a dope experience. Like to see what we went through. Like it was fun. It was,
I swear it could have been no fun. Hey, I'm gonna tell you the best part about it was seeing all those whips and chains and pictures of slaves because that had to be fun.
What I'm saying was it was fun to experience to go to see different people in different cultures coming there. Like to be honest, like I don't care what you guys think or whatever, but I didn't think that I was gonna see white people there. Like just straight fast, I really did. I really was like,
the Black Soul Museum right
I really was just thrown off by it because I was like, why would you guys want to come here to see our history when that was really the way
Black story.
That was really the way I thought. Like I was like it was weird. I just didn't expect it. Like I really didn't.
When you saw, didn't. Were you surprised to see niggas at the Lincoln Memorial?
I mean.
I'm gonna let you breathe.
No, it's different though. For me,
you got her putting him up against the wall, bro. It's rude.
No, it's not rude.
No, it's not. I'm not saying like that. I'm just
No.
saying like I get what he's saying. It's just like naturally people go for their own stuff. And
Yeah, of course.
It would. I mean, it's not.
I'm sure it was some white
one.
woman going there. It's like, yeah, son, that was your great grandfather's whip right there, and Uncle Terry's got this. Like, he killed the last nigger with that shotgun we saw. Like, I'm sure there are people who go there for all types of other reasons.
I mean, I ain't gonna dive into that.
Grandpa was a Grandmaster Dragon of the KKK, and this is his regalia.
Oh my! I am.
That museum is in Kennesaw.
Yeah, that shit is in house.
Exactly.
It's in someone's home.
Yep.
Somebody's living room.
That's crazy.
Wouldn't that be fucked up? You go to your white friend's house and his great grandfather was like one of the founding members of the Klan. You go to his little cave room. He's got his little Klan suit hung up like Thanos at in game and shit.
I would have to exit.
Got the bear traps.
Exactly, the gun pierces, whips his. Oh my God, it's just so terrible.
Like, man, Grandpa Jesse was tripping.
Yeah, but we don't want to send off. Jesse said that damn king, and now they've got this Barack Obama, whoever the hell, and Joe Biden. That him and Barry Sanders, all damn nigger lovers.
He ain't nothing but a white nigga.
All right.
But at the end of the day, hey, look, we want to set the right precedent. None of us here are racist, and slavery isn't funny.
And this is a place, to laugh now.
Exactly.
Can we?
Please.
I'm trying.
Right.
But man, look, like I said, man, at the end of the day, bro, like everybody sees shit differently, man. And like I said, I think some white people go there to I'm just saying they're interested in the history.
Wait, okay.
Be interested, like,
Unfortunately, they're interested and not concerned.
Oh damn.
Ooh. So you trying to get another pod started?
I swear,
right.
Y'all better stop before something gets started back up. No. But anyway, man, this has been your boy Zay Dubos.
It's been your boy Telly.
It's been your boy CV.
And this has been Dave.
And this is Can We Laugh Now, man. Like we said, man, we mean not to offend anyone, but certain jokes hold lots and lots of truth. Lots and lots of truth. So let me ask you, you wouldn't go to a Confederate museum, like?
No.
All whites and...
What I got to be there for?
Me and Nick went to a white museum one time. We went to the Dairy Queen in Elbert County, and I promise you, it was the most Anglo-Saxon looking shit we have ever seen in our life.
Never seen anything whiter.
I swear, it's like you walked in, and that's why you could just hear it whisper. You walked in, it was so white. All you heard was white only pie. Like I promise,
straight up,
it was the whitest shit.
White only ice cream.
And it was like, bro, it was.
They were interchangeable at that point. Like. It was. I have not bought a white shirt from Fruit of the Loom that crispy white
at all. And we walked in and it was like talking, and then it got dim talking. We was in line and I was just like, yo. I asked him, I was like, you want to go somewhere else? He was like, yep. Before I could finish it, he was like, yep. We went to Pizza Hut. But man,
I probably would have left too.
Shout out to Pizza Hut.
Shout out to Pizza Hut, man. Greasy ass pizza. But listen, if y'all ever want to sponsor us, we will take it. Anyway, we will support the shit out that greasy ass chicken.
Yes, we will.
Pizza or whatever.
Chicken, yes.
But either way it go, man, that was a very, very telling experience because it could have ended worse. Could have ended much worse.
I'm going to stop making jokes before the weed just push us further.